Okay, y'all. I know I made a video earlier, but I just got done watching a Jhuri Curl Green video. If you're not on Jhuri Curl Green's page, subscribe. Like I said, his videos are usually pretty short because he does them on his way to work, and he's a funny guy, so you'll probably enjoy his content. But he just did a story saying that he's seen on Twitter that Crayola is considering naming the blue crayon after Nipsey fucking Hussle. And I am so freaking done with these liberals and their bullshit. No one knew who this guy was before he was killed. I can't even tell you what date it was because I don't give a shit what date it was. I'm sick of hearing about this guy. I'm sick of seeing his fucking face everywhere. I'm sick of seeing clips of his Osama bin Laden twin son ass brother reading his notes about him being older than Nipsey and all this other fucking garbage. And Jhuri Curl Green also made the great point that I made in this comment before I even finished watching the video. Where the fuck is the Prince crayon? Why is the purple crayon not named Prince? Somebody who has the largest catalog in music history, somebody who has the largest royalty revenue in music history. Because not only did he write his own songs, he wrote songs for Sheila E., The Time, Patti LaBelle, Tevin Campbell, El DeBarge, Kenny Rogers, Celine Dion, and it can go on and on and on and on and on. And this is the garbage that irritates me, that's been going on lately. You had I had friends of mine posting this crap on this site I follow about some guitarist from the time, Jesse Johnson, up inside of Paisley Park, whining like a bitch about how Prince didn't pay him enough money back in 1981 for the time being the opening act of the Controversy Tour. And I happen to know in 1981 that concert tickets were $5 and $6 and $7. So how much was he supposed to pay your punk ass for you playing guitar for the time? And yet and still, 1982, your ass was still in the time when the Triple Threat Tour came around. 1984, your Soul Glow Follow the Drip ass was still in the time because we seen you with your Jhuri Curl helmet in fucking Purple Rain. 1985, you were still in time. 1986, you were still in time. 1987, 88, 89, 1990, because you was in Graffiti Bridge. You talking about if he was still alive, you would have never set foot in Paisley Park again. You said when he died, you would never perform on no tribute related to him, no matter how much it paid. But yet your ass is in Paisley Park talking about how he starved you and starved your kids and blah, blah, blah. Like it was his fucking responsibility to carry all of Minneapolis on his fucking back when y'all all made money because of him, because nobody gave a fuck about who you or any of the rest of you people were if it wasn't for him. Let's keep it real. Sheila can't sing, Morris Day can't sing, Vanity couldn't sing, Apollonia can't sing, Jill Jones is meh. None of these people outside of Liv Whitfield and Andy Allo can even sing that was a part of his band over the years. Oh, Rosie Gaines and Bonnie Boyer could sing. Other than that, these people were marginal talents that was made great by being around him. And I'm sick of these people, thinking that they were responsible for his greatness. But then when they get fired, he kept continuing to be great and they disappeared. Oh, Brown, Mark, Lisa, and Wendy, Andre Simone, they asses can't sing either. But they all touring around, singing Prince songs and riding a wave. He's still carrying these motherfuckers even though he dead. And that's complete and utter fucking bullshit. And these people with these dumbass stories, Sunshine said he worked for Prince for several years and all he ever gave him was omelets and pancakes. So a motherfucker actually said out loud that he was paid in omelets and pancakes. Now, can you explain to me how you do a job for a man, it comes time to get paid, and he slides you over a plate with a vegetable omelet on it and be like, yeah, we good, G. And you like, no, man, you supposed to pay me such and such a dollars. And he just walk off and you eat the omelet, and then he call you come back to do some more work for him after he paid you in an omelet. And you do the work and he pays you in another fucking omelet. And this continued on after that. Now, this must be that ill hood shit Ice-T was talking about. Because Prince must have been going around knocking niggas out and pulling swords and guns on motherfuckers. Because how can you get paid in omelets? I mean, this is just fucking irritating me to my soul. We got the greatest fucking musician that ever lived. The person responsible for creating a whole sound. The person responsible for why we can download music from the computer. The person responsible for MP3s. The person responsible for artists not needing a record label. The person, I mean, are we freaking serious right now? The reason you have a parental advisory for explicit lyrics is this dude. This dude, you can't say Purple without people knowing it's connected to Prince, but yet we gonna connect a dude nobody's ever heard of who has typical Shine bullshit songs like Rap Niggas and Fuck Donald Trump and connect it to his gang affiliation. And this is what you want to market to kids, because I guess gangs aren't popular as they was in the 90s. So we have to bring them back so you can kill more Shines and Akatas in one time, because, you know, these single shootings isn't enough for you. And Planned Parenthood isn't killing enough of you Shines that they need the Crips and Bloods to be popular again, I guess. So, if you haven't seen that Jericho Green video, watch it. His reaction to it is hilarious. There is a Nipsey Hussle sycophant in the comments talking about, but Nipsey was nominated for a Grammy, as if in a day of age when your rappers aren't YWXYZ Melly and XXXXXXX Tentacion and Tashiki 69 and all these other freaking morons and fucking Cardi B. I put beer bottles in my pussy. This is who's out here for rap. Nicki Minaj don't even really rap no more, because it's all fucking bullshit. But he's nominated for a Grammy. And when everybody said, you know, the comments, because people made the same comment I made about Purple should be about Prince, and this dude was like, fuck Prince. And this nigga was like, what are you talking about? You know, they should show more honor to somebody who was a hard-working person. Oh, so Nipsey Hussle didn't work hard, LOL. The dude was like, Prince wasn't a fucking criminal, jackass. And I'm sick of people not realizing what you have to do to be in gangs. I never heard of a gang you didn't have to kill somebody if you were a male to be accepted. They jumped you in if you were a dude, or they ran a train on you if you were a chick, and then you had to kill someone. Especially if you rose up in any part of the ranks. So he changed his life. What the fuck ever. He owed that to the community. T-shirts and barbershops. Man, come on. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm tired of this bullshit that's going on. These people out here have really freaking lost it. You know, these Democrats are all fucking crazy people. Next thing you know, Kamala Harris is going to be talking about how she smoked weed and listened to Nipsey Hussle all day. When she knows she don't know who his ass is either, unless she put him in jail a couple times, if he's ever went to jail. So we got his brother, who was just reading index cards about their childhood, about how they used to water people's lawns and shovel snow. Oops, I mean shit, because he was about to say snow, even though they were in California, and how he would float off and 15 minutes later he would have $200 or $300. You're not going to make $200 or $300 in the 90s watering people's fucking grass, Bin Laden Jr. I don't want to hear that shit, and I don't care who does or doesn't like it. You know what I mean? I mean, you people kill me. The late, great Nipsey. People getting fucking tattoos. Whatever. I have a 15-year-old and 19-year-old. When we were on our way to see Endgame, I said something about him, and my sons were like, who is Nipsey Hussle? Exactly. Who is Nipsey Hussle? Who is Nipsey Hussle? His daddy was in the household, and he still was in a gang. Is that what they do in Eritrea? Be absentee parents within the home? You can't get your son together enough that he out in the street being a fucking terrorist? That's what gangs are. They're fucking terrorist cells. You know, they ain't getting these fucking refugees in here fast enough, so they need to, you know, jumpstart the gangs. I know Axe says that Atlanta has like 70,000 gang members, and Cleveland, these niggas just kill each other. They, you know, they all use that neighborhood shit. You know, and they kind of did when I was growing up too. You know, the little set was named after whatever major street in your little area was, but this is like, this kind of just, I mean, shit like that irks me. Like I said, I don't understand that shit. Like Jericho Green said, there's not a rapper dead or alive that should have a fucking crayon. Not Tupac, not Biggie, not Jam Master Jay, not nobody. You know? I mean, it's crazy. Like I said, Jam Master Jay is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He got his head blew off. How long did they talk about that? You know? How long did they talk about Tupac? A few days. Biggie, a few days. Eazy-E, a few days. Eazy-E's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame too. Jam Master Jay, a couple days. You know, y'all probably don't remember Big L. He died in like 2000. He was murdered. That probably didn't even make the news. Big Pun died from being fat. I don't remember if that made the news or not. Freaky Ty from the Lost Boys. At least I heard of these people. I mean, this dude, I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, I have never even heard his music in passing. You know, with these shines that ride around the neighborhood playing their music loud. And then I go to the gas station today, and one of them Assalamu Alaikum 5%er bean pie selling dudes, they got the picture of the dude, the life and legacy of Nipsey Hussle. He doesn't have a legacy. His legacy is going to be being made famous for being murdered on the same day James Clapper admitted Obama committed treason. That's his legacy. His legacy is PSYOP. That's if he's even dead. Because, you know, like we've been discussing, that dude could be in Saudi Arabia or somewhere in the fucking Persian desert, over there in Dubai with some of them boat holes or whatever the fuck it is they do over there. I mean, who even fucking cares? I mean, I'm getting completely fed up with this shit. You know, none of these people that have died, if you think about it, you know, how long did they talk about David Bowie, Natalie Cole, George Michael, Chris Cornell, Chester Bennington? All of these people were well-known artists over the last few years that have died. The chick from the Cranberries, I can't remember her name. Walter Becker from Steely Dan. I mean, all of these artists that were like legends, you know, what the hell is his name? The dude, the lead singer for Earth, Wind and Fire, died in 2016. One of the members of the Whispers, Nick, whatever his last name was, can't remember off the top of my head. Earth, Wind, and Fire's dude last name is White. I can't Maurice White. First Wind and Fire died in 2016. I said Nick from the Whispers. These are all legendary groups. These people were legends. Was their death even on the news? Let alone their funerals. You got a 20,000 people. This is how weak-minded we are, black people, that we letting pop culture rule our life. What Nene Leakes does, what Candy Burris does, what some famous YouTuber that got nice muscles does. I mean, this is all insane. This is why I don't let my kids listen to the radio. My kids only know legends. And I mean real legends. Because I had my son ask me who Janet Jackson was. And I was like, Michael Jackson's sister. And he was like, oh. Because Janet Jackson is a great artist, but should she have been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I don't think so. And she's not a legend to me. And that's why my son doesn't know who she is. You know, my daughter's 10 and she sings Prince songs. My kids sing Prince songs. My kids don't know who Nipsey Hussle is. Nip got mad love. Are you sure? That's what my friend said. You know, she cool peoples, but don't tell me Nip had mad love. You can't prove that. What was niggas saying about him a week before he died? Nothing. Because nobody knew this dude existed except for his family and people that's into that underground mixtape bullshit. I don't listen to DJ Khaled mixtapes. I know who he is, though. I don't listen to his mixtapes. I don't listen to anybody's mixtape. Because I don't give a shit about your mixtape. I don't give a shit about your same ass beats and your same mumble rapper bullshit. You know, everybody's name is little this or little that. Or a bunch of letters of the alphabet scrambled up that don't make sense. Who cares about any of it? It's crazy that I gotta keep making videos where I'm ranting about something. That's completely stupid. I mean, I'm really upset that, you know, as black people, we had some real icons, some people that really did some things in music. I mean, the top selling female group in music history is TLC. You know, the 17th anniversary of Left Eye's death was this week. What y'all got to say about that? You know, do we even recognize that TLC is the top selling female group of all time? Not just black, but female, period. You know, do we talk about stuff like that? Do we talk about in Run DMC being the first rap group into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? The Beastie Boys went in after them. They was the first. They was the first. This is what we do. This is why we almost don't deserve shit as a culture. You know, if these same artists would have been any other ethnicity, they would have hero status out this world. And I'm not saying that you should worship idols, you know, but I'm saying that these people showed you that you can come from nowhere and be great. You know, that you could come from Gary, Indiana and be great. That you could come from North Minneapolis and be great. That you could come from the Bronx and Brooklyn and Queens and be great. You know, back when, you know, they was actually saying something in music. They was actually talking about something. It actually meant something. You know, they was actually telling us something. They was actually giving us information. And now it's just, you know, bullshit. And they even tricking, you know, like conservative leaning people into mentioning this dude. But that's that predictive programming shit. You know, my coworker told me his sister is a teacher. And he would say something to her like, man, I don't like X song or Y song. And she would say, that's because you haven't heard it enough. And he was like, what do you mean? She said, if you hear it enough, you'll grow to like it. And that made me think of this movie called Easy A. It's, Amanda Bynes are one of them type Disney type people. And there's this song that she says she hates. And somewhere in the middle of the movie, she's constantly singing it because it gets drilled into your head. And that's part of what MK Ultra is. That's why Obama used to say, yes, we can, over and over and over again. Because it was backmasked with the thank you, Satan message in it. If you don't believe that, there are people who backmasked it just to see. And that's what it says, and that's what it says. But to let you know when a song is a real, actual hit is if you love it the first time you hear it. You don't have to hear it every 15 minutes in that 6-song rotation on your favorite radio station. I'm just really trying to figure out how people who love saying that they woke and progressive and we was kings and queens, how we collectively have been reduced to being social engineered, even at a level that doesn't take much effort. I mean, you so easily to fall for the nonsense. They don't even put no effort into it. They don't even provide good enough music to get y'all people. They getting y'all with nonsense. As much as Snoop get on my nerves now, I liked his music back then. Loved Pop, loved Biggie. Used to like some Nas. I loved NWA. Not gonna lie. I mean, if it come on, I'll still listen to it right now. So, yeah, I mean, I wasn't mentally weak to take what they were saying serious enough that I wanted that to be a part of my life. I just like the beat. I just like the way Dre scratch records. I just like the way Ice Cube sound, the way Easy sound, the way DJ Ren sound. But it didn't go beyond that. But it goes back to what I've always said. If y'all ever heard me on the chopping block, is music has the power to harm or heal. And the healing and properties or the harmful properties stretch beyond just you listening to it. It can harm you through the social engineering. These different levels that they're using to do it. Like with this Nipsey Hussle situation. Yeah, I know this is kind of dark, but I don't feel like cutting on my bedroom light. There's still light outside. So, whatever. I just was super duper irritated after I watched that Jericho Green video. And I was super duper irritated about the Jesse Johnson shit I seen for the last couple days. This dude acting like, he actually said that his career didn't go nowhere because Prince made all the music executives in the whole world not give him a shot or whatever that's supposed to mean. Because the guy has solo music, so I don't know that they actually listened to Prince. I don't think they paid him that much attention, being that this guy actually has solo albums out there. It's just that nobody gives a shit about it. It's just that when people see you and they hear your sound, they like, why are you trying to sound like Prince? You ain't no reason to get mad. You ought to be glad you got put in a position where people actually know who you are. You know, like I said, Purple Rain came out when I was 3.5. I turned 4 September of that year. So I seen Purple Rain as my first active memory of music. You know, so all I knew about Purple Rain was Prince was bae, and I couldn't stand Morris Day because they was beefing. So me and Morris Day had beef for decades, and of course he doesn't know it, but I couldn't stand Morris Day for probably 25 years. I didn't realize till I was adult that him and Prince was actually like friends from childhood, but couldn't stand it. Like I said, all those other people in the time outside of Jerome, I didn't know who the hell those people were. It was Morris, Jerome, and just other faceless mannequins. You know, one was a white dude, one was really tall, and one had a Jhuri Curl helmet. And the one with the Jhuri Curl helmet is Jesse Johnson. For those of y'all that may see Purple Rain soon, when they walk past the dressing room, but right before Prince goes on to sing Purple Rain, and they stop and ask how's the family, pay attention to the Jhuri Curl helmet dude. And this dude was in Paisley Park sound stage the other day with a violin and some crackers and some cheese, and he was whining about some bullshit that happened when I was 1 year old. And I'll be 39 this year, so he was whining about some shit from 38 years ago. And I have to say to all of these people, if that little motherfucker was paying people in omelets and pancakes, that's what the fuck they got. If you allowed him to pay you for years and years and years in omelets and pancakes and smoothies and shit, or give you $200 and $300, like that one chick whose name I don't speak, with her ridiculous retard book, he wasn't paying me enough money and I was practically starving. Okay, 1 week you don't get paid enough money. If that shit repeat next week, then you quit. I don't understand what's so hard about it. And I know this rant is all over the place, but you know, that's just part of my deep irritation. You know, I was at Buffalo Wild Wings. I had me some Thai curry and some lemon pepper chicken wings with some ranch, and it was all good until I got in the car and I seen that bullshit on Jericho Green's video. And, you know, for those of y'all who aren't subscribed to Jericho Green, I know Axe and Kyle are, I think, but they're busy. And I know some of y'all are, and I don't know if y'all seen it. So, you know, I left it as a comment in Axe's video in the car. So, if I get through on the chopping block, you know I'm chopping that shit up tonight because it's fucking bullshit. So, comment about any subject you want me to talk about. I'm going to put my email in the description box. Some of y'all people give me email addresses, and when I go to email y'all, I get that domain failure message saying that it's not a real email, and most of them are from Gmail accounts. All people AP Gifts and Tallulah / Stating the Obvious. I did try to email y'all. I'm not ignoring y'all. So email me at the email in the description box, or either the one that's linked to the channel. Alright, I see y'all later. I'm done. I'm out. To you haters, trolls, and brainwashed liberal tree hugging hippies.